Go.
Oh, welcome back to the Boo Cool Podcast. I'm your host, Da Vinci, and we got Kaven here with me. Today, we're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw, our predictions for Survivor Series, War Games, and some more stuff in the wrestling world today. So, let's start it off. Kaven, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling great. Wrestling's in an interesting place right now. I kind of want to describe it. It's like in a limbo stage, trying to get back to Rumble season and Cena's return. Um,
Yeah, that's going to
AEW
be
has been bringing
huge.
things back. I know we're not going to talk about that at all, but
No,
it's
you know,
definitely a
to
fun
me, I'm not
time
an
over
AEW
there.
guy.
I know it happens.
I'm
It's
not an
okay
AEW
though.
guy.
It is okay. Crown Jewel, wrong choices were made, but that's all I can say about that right now.
Are you talking about the Gunther? Gunther
I'm
and
not just talking about
Cody?
Gunther. I'm talking about a lot of things that night.
Yeah, yeah. We could definitely go into Crown Jewel. I saw the results for it, which I saw Liv won. Uh, I personally wanted Nia to win
Me
that
too.
one. I wanted Nia to win that one.
Nia should have won.
The Nia should have won. I seen that the blood. I guess the old bloodline,
Yeah.
Roman's bloodline, that they lost.
Solo pinned Roman. Clean.
Yeah,
Not like
yeah,
no like weird stuff going on. Solo pinned Roman clean.
yeah. Which
And of course
not
it was boring. On top of
not there
that.
for that.
No.
Not there for that one. Not there for that one. LA Knight still won, which I can go either way on that. I can go either way on that.
I can accept it because he did have a good match, which we all kind of expected it because Andrade and Melo have been having the best part of SmackDown every single week for the
Yeah.
past 4 months, and
Yep.
so
Yep. Which I'm still shocked that even through the triple threat. I mean, you're not gonna have the belt change on Crown Jewel, but I'm surprised they're gonna probably let him walk out of Survivor Series. I assume too. I think
what
LA's holding it.
I think
LA's gonna
LA
hold
will
the
hold
belt.
it till Rumble. Oh wait, no, he probably
He'll hold
might
it.
defend it on Rumble because they've been
He'll
doing
defend it at Rumble. He might go all the way to Mania.
no, because like they've been doing 4 match Rumbles since Triple H took over. And so, like,
Yeah.
unless they don't do a world title match for like one woman, one man world title match, then
He'll
LA Knight's
defend
off
it.
the
I
card.
think LA's holding it until he's holding it.
I don't.
He's gonna hold it till Mania.
But
That will give him his like his deserved run. That will give him his deserved run.
my problem with that is what does he do till Mania? Because like I feel like Andrade and Melo have been like the mainstays. Like they've been having a more of a prominent position on the card than LA Knight
You
has
still
been.
got Santos.
You could. He already had a match. That was his first defense.
Yeah, I know, but you can still throw that back in there.
Yeah, but we could do like Andrade Santos or Melo Santos. Something that would be maybe a little more interesting. You know?
True.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think who else is on that SmackDown roster that's in the mid card. I mean, Apollo's still there.
Apollo.
You still got Apollo.
Is he?
You still have.
Do we know if he was released
He's still
or
there.
not?
He's not. He's still there. You
Um,
have.
I don't want to see Apollo.
You could have
in
a potential.
title picture.
You could have a potential Grayson Waller Austin Theory breakup.
I'm here for that. I'm here for. Oh wait, no, I don't want to do Grayson Waller. LA Knight
You can get
again.
Theory.
So we had that for like
You
a
can
year
get
and
Theory.
a half.
Theory LA Knight.
Theory LA Knight. I think I can sit for, possibly.
You can get Theory LA Knight. You can have a potential Cena.
Cena
LA Knight.
He is going
Cena
to
LA
be
Knight.
focused on that world title in January. 17 is staring him in the face this whole entire
He's
run.
not. Oh, you think they're gonna give Cena 17?
I think they're giving Cena 17. I 100% think it.
He's not beating Cody. He's not beating Cody. So it had to be he beats Gunther.
He is. I think he beats Cody. I think Gunther. Okay, so this is getting off track and like way too in the future. My route for next year is Gunther Cena at Mania. Gunther
loses to Goldberg.
No, Gunther
Goldberg's getting his retirement match in 2025. Goldberg wins the belt one more time. Comes out, spears Gunther, hits him with a jackhammer. 1, 2, 3. No match. just beats Gunther with ease. With ease.
Okay, no. So this is what's happening. Gunther is going to beat Cena clean.
Okay.
Gunther is going to then beat Goldberg clean at whatever the May Saudi event is. And then Cena switches.
Are we going? The May one is because they had Crown Jewel and then they have
King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring. Last year was May.
Where's Clash of Champions? It's Clash of Champions, right?
Oh no, because remember the year before it was Clash of Champions, and then they moved Clash of Champions to King and Queen of the Ring this year.
So it would be King and Queen.
Yeah, King and Queen. So Gunther, unless they have Goldberg win King of the Ring, that'd be crazy.
That's his retirement.
That'd be crazy.
I would love it. He goes through the tournament.
He just hits everyone with a jackhammer, pins him, and then he goes to the final match. He does 3 minutes and wins the King of the Ring, and then retires.
He pulls a Shane McMahon.
That'd be too funny. But no, okay. So Gunther Mania is Cena. Gunther beats Goldberg, and then Cena transitions into Cody. Cena beats Cody at SummerSlam. Cena loses the belt in December.
God dang, December. What's December?
That's his final match.
True. So he doesn't even go to Mania?
No, he said he's done in December. Cena.
He is done in December, but then he's only gonna have it. He's gonna have it the rest of the.
He's gonna have it 4 months.
What if he wins it on his final match?
I'm fine with that, and then relinquishes it.
His last match, last chance. Last match, last chance.
But who does he give the last match to? Gunther retires Cena?
No, Cena wins it. And then
he retires.
Yeah, and then we get another fatal 4-way for the world title.
So
at day one. Fatal 4-way at day one for the world title.
If they give Gunther the final match, I think Gunther goes over. But if they give someone who's less of trying to be the next monster, I think Cena goes over.
So you got Gunther holding it all the way to next year?
I have him holding it to Mania, definitely.
He's losing to Drew.
No, they're not going to. They just did Drew 8 months
ago.
No. So here's my plan for Drew. December releases.
Yeah.
Top of the card is Drew. And then we never have to see him again.
You're saying they're releasing?
Yeah, he's on the top of the release list.
No, he just signed a contract. A year ago, didn't
Yeah, but they got to save money on that now. That was a little too much they paid for him.
They're not going to. No. Drew might come back on the high spot. They're going to probably send Drew to SmackDown.
Drew's definitely going.
And then.
So did you see the report yesterday?
No. What happened?
USA's asking for Cody, Punk, and Roman on Raw.
They're about to go to Netflix, so that doesn't even.
Not USA. Netflix is asking for it. Sorry.
Cody, Punk, and Roman.
Cody, Punk, and Roman on Raw.
If they do that, oh my gosh, we need to make that a whole separate
Cody Punk
brand split, because they can beef up SmackDown for USA so easily. If you give SmackDown Seth, I would say Seth, Drew.
That's the same title picture as Raw right now, so we'd just be switching brands. We just keep Punk on Raw.
No, but it'd be like SmackDown, like how they did in 2016. When they did the new SmackDown?
Yes. But they
already Fox
have
SmackDown?
Raw is the only problem. Unless Cena goes to SmackDown.
Unless you send Braun Breaker.
Braun and SmackDown. Braun stays on. Wait, no, Braun is on Raw.
Braun SmackDown to make him a top guy?
Braun SmackDown.
Let him drop.
But
let him drop the IC.
Beats Gunther. Once Ilya comes back. And then
Ilya's probably going to take a minute. They're going to probably put him in a rivalry.
Do you think so?
They're not going to put him in the world title. They're going to probably put Ilya in a rivalry to start off.
Because the last matches he was working before he got hurt was Gunther for the world title on live shows.
They might, but they were overseas though. They were in Germany.
But they're running all overseas for the beginning half of the year next year.
Yeah, they're from
so they might as well.
They're from overseas, so it's I think they're gonna probably run. They're probably gonna run him with depending on what they do with Finn. Depending on what they do with Finn. He might be fighting Finn or JD. They might put him with JD again.
Finn turns face. Finn, Gunther, Royal Rumble.
At this point, we're not getting face Finn.
Ever?
We're not getting.
Never again?
I wouldn't say ever. I wouldn't say never, ever again, but we're not getting face Finn. We're not getting face Finn for like 2 years.
Hear me out. This is the face Finn run I want. He changes his name to his real name, Fergal, and that's all he needs to do. Fergal, he gets a
Fergal's not winning. Fergal's not winning any titles. Fergal's not winning any titles.
He looks like Captain Underpants. It's going to be great.
All right. Let's break down this Raw. Let's break down this Raw. Okay. So we start off the show. We get Liv Morgan comes out, does her promo about winning at Crown Jewel against Nia. Her and Raquel and Dom are out there. For some reason, she doesn't have the belt. I thought they would be carrying around the belts. They don't carry around the belts. They just get a ring.
That's not canon.
They get a ring. I mean, I would at least assume you'd wear it the night that you want, like after. Like you could only just wear it once. Just come out, hold the belt, and then just like for that night. But no, she just came out with the regular World Heavyweight title or Women's World title.
In her defense, that belt is bigger than she is, and it was definitely made for Nia.
But Raquel's there. So even if Raquel just holds it, Raquel just holds it like Paul Heyman, and so she's cutting her promo up. She's talking about how she beat up Rhea, and basically she also beat Nia. She beat everybody. She's done everything. So we're done with the Liv revenge tour. We're done with it. We're basically on Liv's like the GOAT tour. You know, Liv's being the best, which.
My thing is like, so the only thing that made Liv work is that she's on this revenge tour, so she's like kind of overcoming odds while just cheating the whole way through it. And now she's like trying to look at herself in a different sort of path. She has to be a better wrestler than that. She has to show that she can defend the title.
Not sometimes. Okay, so not really. There's a certain level of people that I feel like are good wrestlers, and then there's people that I think are good at cheating.
The Miz.
And I love The Miz.
Yeah, I know.
And I think he's good at cheating. Yes. Like, Miz doesn't have to be the best wrestler. He's good at cheating his way to victory.
Exactly.
And then, like, he's good at wrestling, and then he cheats. But he's never going to have a better match than, like, Seth Rollins.
So,
like, he...
A wise man...
So, I think...
Oh, no, you keep going.
Oh, I was saying... So, I think, like, Liv doesn't have to be the best at wrestling. Mm-hmm. She just has to be better at cheating. And right now, I don't think she's that great at cheating yet.
She's not really great at anything. It's the problem. That's the real issue. She's not good at cheating. She's not good at cutting a promo. She's not good at wrestling. And when she's on screen, she kind of just gets absorbed by who else is on the screen with her.
They're actually doing a better job putting her with Raquel and Dom. They're not taking no spotlight from Liv.
That is
Raquel
true.
Doesn't say a word. Raquel does not say a single word. Raquel's a statue. Since Raquel came back, just been a statue the whole time.
So I do think pairing her with Dom was an issue because Dom, since 2022, we've been talking about this countless times, has been a focal point of almost every show. He has been kind of like all that the crowd cares about wherever he goes. For some weird reason, the crowd is always fascinated with Dominic Mysterio. He gets the loudest boos. He gets the most crowd reactions. Every single reaction you see on Twitter is about Dominic Mysterio. You have Lin-Manuel Miranda, who is the nerd of all nerds, dressing up as Dominic Mysterio and talking about him in all his interviews. I don't know why that is happening. It's a little weird.
It's because Dom actually is giving off the aura. He's giving out the aura.
And we'll talk about Dom again later, I think.
Yeah, because there's a big shout out to Tony. Shout out to Tony because he's getting close.
Shout out to Tony.
I was shocked. Later, we're gonna talk about it later. But I was freaking out the whole match.
I was watching the clip and I thought he won at the end. I'm not gonna be honest.
I was freaking out that whole match. I was like, once he beat Priest, last week? I was like,
we'll save that for later.
Okay.
But I do think Dominic is absorbing some of her spotlight because next to Rhea, you can't really. She is such like a prominent figure. Like, Dom could somehow get sucked into the background with Rhea. With Liv, it's like the complete opposite.
So I'm gonna still touch up upon this later, but for Liv, what I need to see is stories outside of Rhea.
Yes.
How that's gonna play out. Because okay, fine, Liv has the belt and everything. I like to see a lot of times how wrestlers adapt to a new challenge, a new once you become champion, how do you go from the person you beat to the next person?
I think
that determines.
So recently, Curtis said that he was not a fan of Cody's title reign, and
Me too. Me too.
You're also not a fan of it.
I feel like honestly, I'm not a fan of the way WWE's the way titles are going right now.
Because
I just feel like they're not prominent.
I think he's been doing a great job of being able to go from rivalry to rivalry.
I think he's doing good.
Going into AJ, obviously no one was going to be interested in Solo, but they had to push it because he's part of the bloodline, and they had to keep him inside the bloodline story, which is stupid.
Yeah.
And that was a waste of time. But then he had that Kevin Owens story in the middle of it, and now the Kevin Owens story is continuing and furthering. I think this is really good stuff.
I think the Kevin Owens story is probably going to be his best story.
I think Kevin should win. I don't know.
Kevin's got to win.
I think Kevin wins in either they do it Survivor Series or Saturday night main event. Whichever one they do it at, Kevin wins.
I don't think Kevin wins. I think Kevin loses. And then I think Kevin loses because of Orton. And then we continue Kevin Orton. And then we continue Kevin Orton, and then we get Orton Cody.
So, hear me out. Kevin, they're going to have a rematch with him and Randy, either at Survivor Series or on a Raw, or on a SmackDown, sorry. And Kevin pulls a Sami Zayn scenario where he powerbombs him on the apron. They run the story of, oh my God, Randy Orton was out for 3 years because of back issues. And then Kevin does it like 3 times on the apron. Pop-up powerbomb.
Yeah, that's why Kevin's not winning. That's why Kevin's not winning.
No, but then Randy is on injury list until January when Royal Rumble rolls around. So he gets his pop in the Rumble. That's why Kevin wins the title because he gets a singles match where Randy can't interfere.
You're telling me in 3 months, Kevin Owens wins this belt in 3 months?
I think Kevin wins this belt in the next
Cody doesn't go Mania to Mania?
I think Cody might have the title back by Mania. But
2-time world champion. 2-time WWE champion.
I saw on Twitter the other day someone pitched this idea that Cody may not need the title for Mania because obviously I think they're doing the Rock Cody at Mania. They do it for the People's Championship, and then that squashes Rock's character, and then he kind of goes on his merry way and goes back to movies.
That's so dumb. That sounds so dumb. That sounds so dumb because you know what? I wasn't even cool. I was kind of mad at Rock bringing that title out because it's not like a title.
No, it's stupid.
It's not a title. You can't, when you have the belt, Rock, then the Brahma Bull belt, the People's Championship belt makes sense because then it's the WWE title. It's just your custom belt. But you just having a random belt.
I think clearly that belt was meant that Rock was supposed to win the World Championship, and then he was going to change it to that title, and he was like, well, I still want to show off my title that I got made. And that's why.
Or probably Rock was just like, Roman's walking in with a belt. I'm going to walk in
with a belt. I want to look cool, too.
I want a belt. I'm the final boss. I deserve a belt.
Yeah.
And it's like, or they probably was just like, look, they was gonna give you the belt anyway. Muhammad Ali and them was gonna give you the belt.
Yeah. What if he never even knew about the belt, and then Muhammad Ali's wife's like, here you go.
Yeah, here you go. She got it custom made. Where's the one she went? She went to where's that one place to get the belts? It's a website. You can get custom belts made.
I didn't know that. Oh my God. Yeah, I know. Okay. Dax Harwood talked about that on his podcast one time.
Yeah. Okay, so we went off topic, but Liv.
That was about Liv the title.
Liv's doing her her like "I'm the best" speech, and then Bianca and Jade Cargill come, and they interrupt and say, "You're not the only person that had gold. They had their victory. You know, they won their fatal 4-way against Piper, Chelsea, Lash, Jakara, Io, and Kairi Sane.
Mm-hmm.
So Bianca and Jade are showing off that they won the belt, or they retained the belts, which I mean that's still pretty good. They're still a pretty good tag team. Well, Bianca's still pretty good.
Bianca's
Jade's still. I don't know how Jade is still improving, but Bianca's still the best. So I'm fine with that.
The best is a strong answer, but she's good.
Oh yeah, because Charlotte's not here, so
there's someone who won a battle royal last night, but like we can get to that at that point.
Oh, we do love you. We do. But okay, so Liv then goes and says they're not best friends, and the only reason they're together is because of the belts. If they're not together, they would be fighting each other because Jade is stronger than Bianca. And then so they ended up getting into an argument. Adam Pearce comes out and is like, "No, you're not going to do that because we're going to hold a battle royal." After Bianca like hits Liv, and I was like, "Oh, she knocks Liv out." She hit her. The way she hit her, she like hit her hard, and Liv fell. And I was like, "Liv, you got hit. You gotta get up or do something." Because like Liv was in Bianca's face, and Raquel was like busy dealing with the ref for some reason. Like a ref rolled in the ring, and I thought they were gonna go into a tag match, but they didn't. They went into the battle royal, which the battle royal happened right after that. The end result of the battle royal was Io going against Elira, which was a good ending. It could have been a better ending. They did the spot where they're both hanging on the apron, and I feel like that's been a spot for like the last 10 battle royals,
Royal Rumbles.
Yeah.
Ever since Rhea did that when she won the Rumble, where it was her and Asuka and Liv on the outside. It's been.
But it's been like that for men and women.
Yes.
Like it's gonna end with them both hanging on the outside. But it was crazy because Io did a German.
Beautiful.
Which was like, oh, I thought they were gonna let Lyra win, because I was like, we haven't seen Lyra.
I thought Lyra was gonna win too, but
I was like, we haven't seen Lyra in forever, and it would still serve as a prominent, like, to bring Lyra back into the spotlight. Io didn't need this victory because
she had just been running her circles around herself for 5 months now, 6 months now.
She didn't need the victory though. Her and Kyrie were fit. She just won she won that last Monday. She won that fatal 4-way.
I think Io and Kyrie should have won the tag match for the titles.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You don't need Io.
If you weren't gonna give Io this battle royal, you should have given her the tag titles. And I do think maybe a Bianca Liv situation would have been, Bianca Liv thing would have been more interesting, because then Jade and Bianca could have a little situation go on during the match that leads to maybe like furthering tensions, and Liv wins with a little bit of a distraction again, because you can't have Liv win clean.
I would be fine with that.
I'm a little worried about Io Liv because I don't see Io breaking away from Kyrie or Dakota or any of them. And so I'm worried that Liv's going to beat Io clean, because Io's not winning.
So if it depends on when Asuka comes back. When Asuka comes back, Asuka and Kyrie are going back to tag team.
Yes.
So that means then Io's going to be by herself.
Io has to win the world title by January.
She can win Rumble.
No, then Asuka or Kyrie have to win the world title by WrestleMania.
Are you breaking them up? Is that what you're bringing up, Damage Control?
I need Io, Asuka, Kyrie, Julia.
We're not getting that.
For the world title.
We're not getting that.
I think we are.
Julia's not coming up for a while.
So, okay, then we can wait another year. But Asuka's getting old. I'm going to need that soon. I think Asuka retires in the next 2 years.
No.
Asuka's 45 years old.
So is LA Knight.
LA Knight's 38.
He's old as a bitch. Damian Priest is old as a bitch.
Name another women's wrestler who's wrestled as long as Asuka in the world.
Natalya.
Not even.
Natalya's wrestled. Natalya's been wrestling. Natalya's been here since 2009.
Asuka was in WCW in the 90s.
Natalya's been here since 2009.
Asuka was in WCW before Hulk Hogan.
Let me tell you. That's crazy. It's a crazy fact.
I don't know if that's true. Wait, let me look that up real quick before I fly.
That's a crazy fact.
When was Asuka?
Let me tell you something. We're not getting that. You're telling me no. We're not getting that because, well, we might, but they might put Julia separate.
Sorry, she was not in WCW. Mako was in WCW.
Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense. Asuka still probably was already won the Rumble. Basically, Asuka's done everything, right?
Yeah.
Asuka's done everything. So if you give Io, I'll put you this way. I think we're getting Liv Rhea Mania.
Liv Rhea Mania?
I think that's.
There's no way they're letting it go on for that long. And I don't want Liv on the Mania card, period. Liv is not getting a match on Mania.
Vegas? You're telling me Vegas? Liv Rhea.
You're telling
me.
Because then. Okay. No. Okay. This is.
One of the belts has to be the more important belt. So it's either got to be the WWE, women's WWE title, or the women's world title.
Okay. But there's been one match that should have happened the past 3 years at Mania that still hasn't. That has been happening and has not happened yet.
Bianca Rhea.
We're
probably not gonna get that for. We're not gonna get that because we're getting Bianca Jade.
We're getting Bianca Jade Cargill for the reason that we still have not gotten Bianca Rhea, because Bianca Rhea is the match.
That's got to be. It's not for this. It's not for this one. If we were gonna get it, it should have been last year.
Do we wait till 45 to do it then? Like, do we wait 4 more years?
Yeah, probably.
What?
Probably.
Or do we?
You gotta wait for a big one. You gotta wait for I know Vegas is big, but that's probably like a New York. That's a New York.
Have they announced the next year's Mania location yet?
That's probably gonna be Minnesota. Because it was supposed to be Minnesota.
They're doing the SummerSlam that year there. Remember?
Oh, okay. I thought they were gonna. Oh, Rumble's Indianapolis, right? Yeah.
Rumble's Indianapolis. Next year's SummerSlam's MetLife in New York.
SummerSlam's New York?
SummerSlam's New York. 2 days.
So we might get Bianca New York in SummerSlam.
I'm fine with it if they main event night 2.
2 nights. It's 2 nights.
Yeah, if they main event night 2.
They'll probably main event night 1.
No, night 2. If they're doing Bianca Rhea, that has to be night 2 main event.
No.
That'd be so monumental, though.
Casino.
Oh, no. MJF. He's coming. New York.
Yeah, right. If he shows up, I'd be like, wow.
You'd go crazy. I know you would.
I would be like, wow, that's crazy. I'd be like, that's crazy. I'd probably throw my remote at my TV. But like I was saying about this Io, you didn't need, because now what do you do with Lyra? Lyra's gonna go back into the shuffle, I think this is the first time I've seen Lyra in a while on Raw.
They have been talking about that women's mid card title. I'd love to see Lyra be the first for Raw, Meechin the first for SmackDown. That's a good spot for her, I think.
I'd rather have Naomi have it on SmackDown
than Meechin.
Yeah,
she can beat Meechin. But I think Meechin should be the first one. She's been doing really good.
So has Naomi. In that Nia feud.
She was fine in it, but it's also hard to shine with Nia. I think Nia has been doing really good because she's made herself shine recently.
Nia has been doing extremely well.
You know me. As soon as that happened, I was pissed that she was back.
I was happy. I was glad they gave her the belt because when she came back and she didn't win the belt, the
first time,
the world title,
yeah.
When she didn't win the world title, and they let Becky won, right?
Yeah, because Nia faced Rhea at Elimination Chamber in Australia
and should have won.
No,
not in Australia, but they fought twice though, right?
Well, Nia's from Australia too, technically. That's why they gave her that match. It's technically she's also from Australia.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm fine with like most of those answers, but I'm worried about Liv. That's my main argument.
Liv and Io is going to be very interesting on how they carry, because like we were saying, how does Liv transition to the next person?
I have no clue.
Can Liv hold this? Well, it's on Liv, and Io's going to be focusing on the belt. So now the point is about the belt, and that's how I feel like a lot of what WWE's not. For some reason, they're more focusing on like personal rivalries, like between people, instead of like people just being like, "I'm straight for the belt." Like Bronson Reed, I love Bronson Reed, but every time he fights someone, he's doing personal stuff. But when he was going for the Intercontinental belt, he was like, "I just want this belt."
Yeah.
Like I don't really care about who I'm fighting. I just want the belt.
I agree.
And I feel like a lot of belts. I feel like this Io Liv storyline needs to be like, I don't really care what you got going on. Just, I want that belt.
I think I'm not going to talk too much more on Liv, but
yeah,
I don't think she'll defend it until December at the Saturday Night Main Event pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I don't think she gets a match on Survivor Series. Unless they do like a weird Rhea.
So you think she defends it on Raw?
I think her versus Io. Yeah, her versus Rhea would definitely be on Raw.
Her versus Io.
We'll get to the other one later. The other defense for the men's. But I can't see her having a match on Survivor Series.
Okay.
Because I'd rather see Tiffany cash in at Survivor Series.
I think we wait on the Tiffany cash in too.
Till
later.
When?
Rumble probably.
I mean, I guess so. Then you can give another like surprise spot, unless Nia wins the Rumble after getting cashed in on. That'd be interesting little.
bit. Nia comes out furious, wins the Rumble, and then has Tiffany fights Tiffany. And then fights Tiffany, and then
she's like, I can't wait. And then she fights Tiffany that night, and Nia wrestles in 3 matches.
Yeah.
In one night.
Okay, so we got after that we get a segment with the New Day, and they're not on the same page. Xavier Woods blames Kofi for losing last week, even though when they show the footage back, it clearly you can't blame anyone.
No.
Honestly, I don't get. They were like the Viking Raiders didn't win clean, and I watched the footage and I was just like, she kind of won kind of clean, because Xavier dies out, or Xavier he tags out, and then Ray and Dragunov. Dragon Lee. Oh, I couldn't think of his name. Ray and Dragon Lee do a move. They throw Xavier out of the ring. Dragon Lee dives out of the ring. Ray hits Kofi and getting him ready for the 619. And then Chad Gable grabs Ray and then puts him in the ankle lock. And then the Viking Raiders just pick Kofi out and hit their War Machine. Finish. And then that's it, right? Yeah. So I'm like, that seems pretty normal. It's a triple threat. Like, you just got beat up, and you were knocked out on the outside. So then we go, Xavier is like, well, we got a match with the Raiders, because I told him straight up. So they have a match with the War Raiders, which I feel the new War Raiders. Have you seen their did you see their entrance?
Yeah.
Because they have a camera angle. They have a camera angle where it's wide.
It's raw.
and it's coming in, and I was like, that's kind of hard.
That's hard. It's hard.
That's kind of hard. I was like, this is.
They need to get the belts off of JD and Finn because that tag division 100%. Is beautiful.
Because SmackDown's tag division is about to blow up.
Yeah.
If they give them time.
It is. I think if they do this correctly, we'll have a really good tag division going into Mania, and I think we might get actual tag matches at Mania, not just like multiple team tag matches at Mania.
No, we're still gonna get that.
No, stop it. Stop it.
We're gonna get it for SmackDown. We're gonna get a ladder match, Motor City Machine Gun, DIY, the Street Profits, and Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, Fatal 4-Way for the ladder match. Fatal 4-Way ladder match.
I think finally Street Profits won't be a team by Mania this year. Like they'll be together, but I think they'll be off doing their singles stuff.
Nope, that Fatal 4-Way ladder match, I'm calling it right now. DIY, Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, Motor City Machine Gun, Street Profits, and the team you're gonna take out is probably gonna be Grayson Waller, Austin Theory. That would be the only team. The other 3 teams will definitely be in that ladder. Watch. But the War Raiders and the New Day had a match. It went pretty good. New Day was on top. Kofi did the boom drop and was setting up for Trouble in Paradise. And then Xavier tags himself in and tells him to get ready for the elbow drop. And then, so when Kofi turns back around, Eric hits him. And then they beat up. Eric hits him, throws him out, and then he pulls Xavier in, or Xavier gets back in. They beat him up. Ivar comes in. War Machine, 1, 2, 3. So Xavier costs him the victory.
I don't think they're gonna break up New Day. And so
Big E's gonna come and save it.
Big E's gonna come. They're gonna reconcile and everything. But I do think Xavier Woods will have a singles run coming up shortly.
I would be happy if they didn't break up and Xavier comes out and it's just like, I talked to Adam Pearce and I got traded to SmackDown. And it's like, we're not breaking up, but I had to leave and be on my.
I have to. You guys have all reached your glory, and I think I need to take the next step.
And then have him win the United States stuff.
I'm fine with that. Oh, I pitched that the other day. Yeah, no. Xavier Woods needs to win the United States title, not the Intercontinental. The United States.
He should have been won. He should have won. He was in the United States. What was it when he was in that tournament? I forgot who won.
I don't remember that.
It was when he was King Xavier.
He was King Xavier for a week before Roman stepped on his crown.
No. It was like there was a time when Xavier was, and I was like, he should have won the belt, but he did win.
Interesting. I don't remember that.
Yeah. After that, Sammy comes out, explains to the Usos what went down.
Got it.
And then he's like, he supports Jay, but like he can't be involved.
Mm-hmm.
Which we already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. It's evident.
Yeah, because we need it for War Games. Old bloodline, new bloodline.
4 or 5.
Which it was a good promo. 4
or 5 people.
4. It's 4. 4 and 4.
So no, Mr. Dwayne.
No, he probably show up at the end.
Just
probably shows up at the end. Yeah. I do think that message was not for Roman.
Oh, it's definitely for Cody.
Yeah, it was for Cody.
Yeah. But I do think if he was to join a side, he'd join the new bloodline side.
Nah. They're too lame. They're too lame for Rock. He's too big for him.
He's too big time?
He's too big time for him. He's too Hollywood for him. None of them have titles. Oh, Tama Tonga Loa have titles.
The GOATs. Tonga Loa.
Yeah. Solo doesn't have. Well, Solo's got the North American. If we're counting NXT.
He's got the Ula Fala. That's all that really matters.
Rock's not going to follow Solo.
Rock's got no Ula Fala. He has to follow suit.
No. Rock's the people's champ, though.
Rock is Rock is the people's champ. He could have Solo.
He doesn't need to join anybody. He doesn't need to join anybody.
Jimmy could have a new bit instead of saying "I love you, Solo." I love you, Rock.
He's screaming, "I love you, Rock! I love you, Rock!"
I think it would be a really funny bit if all of a sudden up to it he starts treating him like horribly, and then they kind of follow him around like puppy dogs, and they're paparazzi almost for him.
So I don't know if you peeped it, but when Jay fought Breaker, I think 2 weeks ago, we had that stare down between Jacob and Breaker, and I'm like, is that next? Is that soon? Because I feel like they teased it.
Move brands and do all this different stuff.
But by that time, I feel like we're gonna forget, right?
I mean, no.
It would be weird for Jacob just to show up randomly to have him fight.
Nowadays.
It'd be weird to have him show up just to fight Breaker, just randomly.
That'd be really weird. But Raw Netflix is happening soon, and so everyone's gonna be changing brands very shortly.
Yeah, which is gonna be big.
Yeah. And so
Sammy's gonna have to get involved. I'm glad the old bloodline's back. It did feel like it was short-lived though, that they were all separated. Mm-hmm. It felt like they got back really quickly. I felt like it hasn't even been a year.
No.
And they got back together.
It's not even a nostalgia thing. It's straight up just here's the old bloodline again.
Jay, maybe if they gave Jay more time by himself.
I cannot do it any longer.
Oh, Jay was doing good. You can't be mad that he had the fans in it.
I have only enjoyed Jay pre him saying yeet. After saying yeet, it has been the most
troublesome, you gotta say yeet, because Roman said yeet. Roman said yeet, so he can't say no yeet no more. Roman said yeet.
It is so embarrassing. Could you imagine being a wrestling fan walking around with a yeet shirt on? You could get hate crimed for that in 2024. That is so embarrassing. Why would you make it a thing from 2015? 2015 was when Yeet came out. It is almost a decade since then.
The black and gold shirt was hard, and the blurred out Yeet shirt was hard.
No.
And obviously no Yeet.
No, stop.
No Yeet goes hard.
It is so, and okay, it was good because he had those long matches with Roman. He has had 3 good matches this year. I will give him credit. He has had some good matches. But anytime he has gotten in a match with
someone... Him and Breaker was fire. Him and
Breaker was good. But anytime you've put him in a match, and Breaker is a very good talent nowadays. Every match he has been in, it is must-watch match.
Him and Drew was straight.
You get Jay in any sort of match that's not someone who's paid over $5 million a year. He turns into someone who works at a Wendy's drive-thru, not McDonald's. Wendy's.
Let me think of a match with Jay where he hasn't fought
outside of Breaker.
He's fought.
Okay, so this year his good matches were Seth, Damian, and Drew. Name one outside of there that was good. He never had his match with
Gunther. Gable, right? Did he fight Gable?
No. If he did, must not have been very good because I've remembered every good Gable match this year. Because Gable has had a very good.
He's only fought them 3 though.
No, he's fought way more than that.
Here, he's been in multi-man matches. Jay has been in all multi-man matches.
Here, I'm looking up. Every Jay Uso match this year. All right, let's go on cage match. So, obviously, he was just in the trios match. He had the match against Braun Breaker. He wrestled Xavier Woods for the... Do you even remember that? That was 3 weeks ago. That was 3 weeks ago.
I do remember the match. I do remember the match being said.
I do remember the match being said. Long. And this is around the time I was raving over Xavier Woods. I thought Xavier Woods was probably the best on the show, and I do not remember that match for the life of me.
Why was you thinking Xavier was the best on the show? With the Karrion Kross stuff going on?
No, Xavier was having those singles matches every week in the lead up to his Intercontinental Championship match, and he was doing so good. And
he was cheating. He was fighting Ray.
Yes, and they were so good.
Yeah. And he pulled Ray's mask off. So I remember him pulling Ray's mask off.
Jey Uso wrestled Carlito.
Okay, that's a throwaway
Don't
match.
remember that at all.
That's a throwaway match.
He was in that Fatal 4-Way, obviously.
Okay, I remember that one.
Him and Damien versus JD and Finn.
I remember that one.
A triple threat versus Karrion Kross and Kofi. I don't remember that at all.
I remember that. I remember that one.
Jay and Sammy versus Judgment Day. Okay. Jay versus Dominic. Don't remember that at all. Jay versus Chad Gable. Don't remember that at all.
I remember the Jay Dominic because that's when he was trying to holler at Rhea.
But do you remember the match? Or do you just remember him trying to holler at Rhea?
And then he fought Dominic.
Jay versus Chad Gable.
It's kind of hard when Raw blurs the lines of each show when I see Finn Balor and JD versus the LWO every week. I don't know which Raw is which Raw.
I just said, Jay versus Chad Gable. That only happened once.
Okay.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Okay. But okay.
Now we're back at King of the Ring, where he went all the way and then lost to Jay.
So back to Jay, though. Back to Jay in the Bloodline. Putting them back together is crazy because it doesn't feel like Jay was gone that long enough to establish himself.
No.
Like, it does. Like, I feel like he's still main event Jey Uso, and we're excited for him. But, like, not some of us. Some of us. Not we. I was saying we as in, like, people are excited for him.
Definitely not we.
I'm excited for Jay. I was happy.
I
want Jimmy to win stuff now.
But Jimmy's worse than Jay. That's the problem. But at least he doesn't say.
So I wanted Jimmy and Roman to win the tag belts, and then I wanted Jimmy to. That way he's at least even with tag belts because now Jay has one over on him because him and Cody won tag belts.
He also has the Intercontinental Championship now.
Yeah, but I could care less about that because I at least want the brothers to be even on tag belts. I want them to at least be even on tag belts. Now it's clear that Jay is better than Jimmy.
Yeah.
He's got more belts.
Well, to be fair,
clearly,
we can say that Jimmy was out with an injury for most of it.
But still, like...
And Jimmy was also out with an injury for, like, 2 years from 2020 to 2021.
Did you know Ivar was basically paralyzed? They said it on Raw. Yeah, I meant to say that while we were talking about the they said Ivar had neck fusion, and he was basically paralyzed. I meant to go back to that, but you talked about injuries.
Ivar he only got injured in the summer.
Yeah, they said Ivar. And then they said Eric had a shoulder injury.
He recovered that quick.
Cole, look, I'm looking at this article. Cole told the story of Eric and Ivar and their serious injuries they had to overcome to get back to the square circle. Yeah, Michael Cole talked about it. He said Ivar was basically paralyzed and he had double neck fusion. Something.
He literally just went out with the injury. Eric's been out for a year and a half with a shoulder injury.
Yes.
You're telling me Ivar was paralyzed and took 3 months off?
Yes.
He's like, but I gotta win tag belts with my bald boy. Like, what?
Yeah. Like bills are crazy.
I know Braun Strowman was paralyzed.
Okay, yeah. See, WWE wrestler is currently recovering from a neck injury he sustained in May of 2024 when he was attacked by Gallus. Gallus attacked him?
Yeah, when he was probably on NXT. Remember, had that NXT.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When he beat up Oba.
Yes.
He destroyed Oba.
We're not talking about Oba. We're not getting into that conversation right now.
But he did.
So,
Ivar's 40.
Holy shit. What was the next segment on the show?
I want to look up what his neck injury is. Either way, he had a neck injury. He was basically paralyzed because Michael Cole said it. And I trust Michael Cole's medical opinion.
I do too, considering he was like a reporter for like War and stuff before being in the WWE.
Okay, that's different lore. We can't go into that lore. The man that's undefeated at WrestleMania was a war journalist.
Yes. Like he did journalism, and the only job that he could get at the time was like for like a news company covering like the Afghanistan war or something like that.
That's insane.
And so that's insane. If you look up pictures of him he's in like a war zone.
It's got a heat. Why doesn't he show those pictures? Why doesn't he have those pictures? Michael Cole. That would be so legit.
Right.
How come he hasn't cut a promo where he's like, "You don't want to go to war with me. I've been to war."
It's not like
that would go so hard.
He just kind of like.
No, but I mean, like, who's gonna not know?
Cole.
Just like, oh, snap. Cole with the war. Okay. While you're looking up Cold War pictures, Dragon Lee versus Chad Gable, which was a good match. So that's gonna be a good.
This
match.
picture's so hard. He's got such a cool mustache and everything.
Regardless of like how the match went, but it's always gonna be a good match.
Yeah.
Dragon Lee does beat Chad Gable. So how do you feel Chad Gable and?
I didn't get to see the match. I only saw the highlights. I didn't know he won.
Yeah, he won. How do you feel about American Made?
I think so. They have not been. They started off horribly, putting them in a feud with Y6. That was a stupid
decision. Horrible decision.
Everyone thought Chad Gable and this Creed Bros were going to take over the show and kind of like run everything, and them starting with like them literally being killed live on television was an awful start to any of it. That being said, I think if the talent is so there, all of it is there, every piece is there, they just have to commit.
So what they should have did was go after Miz first, because they're going after Miz now.
Yeah.
So they should have went after Miz first, which they did do during that. I meant to say during that Xavier Kofi promo. The Y6 does shows up, and they have Miz tied up in a chair, and they talk about how Miz spreads lies, and Miz is like, "You want Karrion Kross," and Bo is like, "Uncle Howdy." It's like, "No, we want you." And then Dexter comes out and chokes Miz, and then it cuts off. But
I love that.
They should have went after Miz first. I think Miz would have been a good person for the Y6 to attack first.
I agree, especially with R-Truth inside him, and then R-Truth could play jokes off of like, who the hell are these creepy guys and everything.
Yeah,
at that time would have been great.
And then at that time they would have had Miz and Truth, and then Truth would have been like, "I talked to the Y6," and it would have been Karrion Kross or just something stupid, something dumb like that, and that would have been funny.
I agree.
But to go after Gable and them first, to take a serious team and make them not as serious, and I don't know why Julius doesn't talk, and I don't know why Brutus is doing the fake laughter like he's from the 80s.
Yeah.
It's kind of dumb. I get it. If he was from the 80s, that would go hard. If they were like an 80s team they were 80 bullies, then they would go hard.
You don't like AEW, but they have this team called the Outrunners right now. And they're based on like in 1980s. They're trying to be like classic like throwback 1980s wrestlers, and like all their promos are in like neons, and they're like always like they're doing the weights like this and everything, and they got mullets and like this crazy hair, and they are doing a great job. And like they do like one move and then they just spam taunts, and it's like they're full 80s. If they did that with Julius and Brutus, I think it would have been great. It's unfortunate.
See, I was thinking 80s movies.
Oh, 80s movies.
Like 80s movies, like frat bullies, like the guys that are in the frats and bullying the nerds. That's what I think, because Brutus is laughing all the time. So I think like that's what I'm thinking of. Like Julius is the serious one that's like, you're never gonna win, and we'll challenge you at whatever event it is. Like I'll challenge you to the downhill race.
So
and then Brutus is the friend that's laughing.
Do it like the Karate Kid almost, where like
that's basically correct.
Chad Gable is Johnny, and then the other two are like Doofus and Butthead.
Yeah.
And I like that.
That's basically what I'm thinking, because you just took a serious team. And like you're not gonna you didn't let them be like Team Angle where Gable wins the belt and then they have the tag belt and then they're just the top.
Yeah.
Which I would have been fine if Gable won the IC belt and they were the tag
belts?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I think they'll end up running around back to Chad Gable and Gunther at some point in the next year. And so
it won't be the same unless Gable goes on an extremely killer run.
Which, it's always there. It could happen. But it has to
You know the people he'd have to beat? He'd have to beat for me to be like, oh, Gable could beat Gunther.
Karrion Kross, number one.
Okay, if he beats Karrion Kross, then I'll be like, oh snap, he beat Karrion Kross.
This is it.
I'll be lit. I'll be lit. If you give me Gable Karrion Kross match, I actually want to see that match.
I think he could pull a good match out of Karrion.
I need Karrion to go back to NXT Karrion where he was. Just have him fight Breaker. Yeah, Bald Karrion. Yeah, just have him fight Breaker. Don't say nothing. Have Scarlett come in the ring, do the fall in, pray, and then break, and then he comes out and goes, and then the screen turns red and he's all flashing, and they do that. Black out the screen, make it black and white, have him come out and scream at the camera.
No, I think Chad Gable, there's a chance, but right now I'm very disappointed in it. I am happy that Dragon Lee won because I would love to see Dragon Lee versus Gunther at some point in time.
Oh gosh, I need them to get rid of the LW. It's got to go.
They need to get rid of LWO. I think
they're not doing anything, and they keep putting them with Judgment Day.
Exactly, it's stupid. It's bad.
Yeah, because I'm tired of seeing Ray Dominic for the 80th time. Mm-hmm. Because I swear we're getting Ray Dominic again.
So yesterday when I was picturing, Dave Meltzer made a tweet yesterday where he did like a little red light emoji and was like, Backlash is being held in the Tokyo Dome. And it was completely out of the blue. And then 2 minutes, I sent it to the group chat, and me and Jason got really excited. And then 2 minutes later, he goes, never mind, it was a fake post. And then 5 minutes after that, he said, WWE just confirmed to me that it was a fake post.
Is that why y'all were talking about he got tricked?
He got tricked by a fake post.
Okay. I was at work at the time.
So in my head, I was like,
when y'all were talking about it.
I completely understand what was going on with Dave. Because in my head, I'm picturing, next year, May rolls around. Gunther as the World Wrestling Federation champion walking down to the ring.
World Wrestling Federation?
The World Wrestling Fed champion. He is the Fed champ at this time.
Yeah.
Waltzing down to the ring 10:15 p.m. in the main event of the Tokyo Dome. Nothing could be more perfect than that. And then in my head, I was like, who's going to be...
He wouldn't main event.
Who would square off?
Cody.
I think in the Tokyo Dome, I think they have Gunther main event.
No, they wouldn't.
For the sole purpose that his favorite wrestlers being Mitsuharu Misawa and Kento Kobashi.
Such a nerd.
Like, he has to main event.
No, they're going to have Cody main event. But there's never going to be a time where they have an event like that and then Cody's on the card and Gunther's on the card and they...
Unless Gunther just beat Cena for the clean.
Nah. Cody's still there.
Gunther main events that show, but who would he wrestle against? Is my question.
He's going after Cody LA Knight or something stupid.
Oh my God, Cody LA Knight in the Tokyo Dome would make me blow my brains out.
Yeah, Cody, LA Knight in a tag team match versus Solo and Jacob. Because that's what they would do. Because Gunther, they want to have a tag team match in the show.
Stop.
They're going to have a tag team match in the main event.
This cannot be happening to me. No. Yeah,
just to prove that WWE has good tag team matches. Cody and Motor City Machine Gun versus...
I wouldn't hate that. Cody and Motor City Machine Gun probably would be pretty good stuff.
Versus, I don't know, some random teams.
Gunther versus Dragon Lee was one of the matches that popped in my head. But you'd have to do an insane spree for Dragon Lee to get that match. But Gunther versus, they probably end up having Gunther Shinsuke, which would be so stupid.
Honestly, I'd be live if they do Gunther Breaker.
Gunther Breaker in the Tokyo Dome? Gunther AJ in the Tokyo Dome.
Oh, yeah, I forgot AJ.
That'd be huge.
AJ's back, right?
No, he just broke
AJ came back.
He just broke a bone again in his first match back.
No.
And it's historically a bone that ends most baseball players' careers or something like that. And he tweeted about it the next day. It's something in his foot. Let me look it up.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so while you're looking that up, after the Chad Gable match, we go to the number one contender match, just the main event. And we have Damian Priest, Sheamus, Seth Rollins, and Dominic Mysterio, who our friend Tony predicted would win the belt in 5 years. Mm-hmm. And that video is coming up, almost 5 years, right?
Like a year.
Is it almost 5 years?
No, it's been a year since that video.
It's been a year?
Yeah.
That video feels like such a long time ago.
It does feel like a long time
ago. It feels like a long time ago. And I'm trying to rush it because if it's only been a year, that means we have
4 years where he could win.
Dominic could win.
So, okay, just going back to it real quick. It's called like the Liz Frank fracture. The Liz Frank fracture.
Okay.
And it's in his foot. And
he can survive that.
He said
Ivar came back from being paralyzed.
Exactly.
Anything can happen.
But he responded to a tweet about like what this does to like other athletes, and he goes, "I'm cooked," and that's all he said.
I'd be kind of mad if I was like Big E or Daniel Bryan because y'all let Ivar wrestle, and he was paralyzed.
Braun Strowman as well.
Braun Strowman was paralyzed.
Yeah. When he was out for like a year and a half and came back this year.
Oh, yeah. They need better doctors. Everybody needs those doctors.
Yeah.
I'm going to their doctor.
I mean, Big E's on his way.
That's the big meaty man doctor.
That is the big meaty man doctor. Why doesn't Big E get the big meaty man doctor?
He went to the New Day doctor.
They're always injured over there.
He didn't go to the guys. He didn't go to the boys.
Kofi constantly got that 2-month injury every 3 months.
Yeah. Yeah. That way he could leave.
All right.
Okay.
So Fatal 4-Way.
So Damian Priest ends up winning because Bronson Reed comes out and beats everybody up.
That's my goat.
And then Priest hits out the heaven on Dom, gets the victory. So we're getting Priest, Gunther again.
Dominic was this close to winning.
Dom is always that close to winning. So when he won and got the number one contender match, I was like, when he got to challenge for the number one contender match, I was like, oh, I'm sick.
He's that close.
Tony is this close to being like correct.
So my question about this match is, when is this match happening, Damian Gunther? Because obviously everyone thought CM Punk Gunther was going to be Survivor Series.
It's probably the Survivor Series.
What?
Finn hasn't been shown, so we can still get Finn. And yet again, that's another prolonged.
See, but like, what do we not do CM Punk Gunther now? Because that's the last thing CM Punk teased before he left. And
you do it at
it seemed obvious.
Do it at Rumble.
Even CM Punk was teasing that match 2 days ago.
You do it at Rumble.
Instagram.
You do it at Rumble so we can get Seth wins the Rumble and then get Seth Punk Mania.
Really?
You don't want that? You don't want Punk to go into Mania with the belt? Seth wins it?
Okay, so obviously I want Gunther to go into Mania as champion.
You can have Gunther do something else. You can have Gunther fight Cena.
Not for the title, though. Like, I think the whole thing
is
Cena's going to come back January, 3rd, and be like, by the way, I'm
Gunther
here for
loses.
17.
I'm here. Gunther loses. Gunther comes out the next night on Raw, and Cena interrupts. Or Cena comes out and he's talking about how he had fun at the Rumble. Gunther interrupts. And then we set up Gunther Cena.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I think Gunther does win against CM Punk. I think
CM Punk wins. CM Punk wins because that's his year round. So he wins at Rumble. Seth wins the Rumble. Because who else you got for the men winning the Rumble?
Cena.
So Cena wins the Rumble?
That's better than Seth winning the Rumble.
How's that better than Seth winning the Rumble?
Last time Seth won the Royal Rumble, his career turned into a fucking sinkhole. It was 2019. His year started winning the Royal Rumble. He beat Brock, lost to Brock, and then had a match with The Fiend in a Hell in a Cell match.
This is why you give him back
After winning the title, his first main event pay-per-view match was him and Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans and Baron Corbin on Stomping Ground 2019, where they had to tarp off half the arena.
This is why tarp off half the arena. This is why you give Seth his victory, and then you have him win, and then Seth gets the title back. Because at this point, Seth's not going to get the world title.
I don't need him to get the world title back.
You do.
I don't.
We do.
I have no interest. I didn't enjoy his title run last year.
Because he was injured. He's back.
He's going to be injured when he comes back. He only took another 2 months off. He won't let himself fully recover. He wrestles at a slow pace now. I'd rather see Punk have a title reign than...
Then we're going to have a slow Punk and Seth match.
I don't need really a slow Punk and Seth match. I just want Punk. I want Punk to wrestle young guys, and that's all I want. I want Punk versus Gunther. I want Punk versus Dragon Lee. I want Punk versus Chad Gable. I want Punk versus
He's not running with the boys. He's not running with the boys. He is running with the boys. No, he's not. Did you like the Punk Drew rivalry?
Yes.
Nah, that's a lie. I got him in the trap. He doesn't. You don't like Drew.
Punk,
you don't like Drew.
Punk versus Drew in a Hell in a Cell is possibly my favorite match of the year.
Punk Drew Hell in a Cell, fire.
Punk the other Fatal 4-Ways, fire.
The other two were not that good.
Punk Drew singles with Seth, no. Punk Drew 4 corners, yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. That one was garbage.
I loved it.
That one was garbage.
It was so goofy.
That one was garbage. That one was garbage. Punk is not running with these boys.
It felt so CM
Punk is not running. Punk is not running with these younger dudes.
Punk is running with
you give him Punk and Seth. You give Punk and Seth, and that's heat. Punk, Seth, heat.
I'm fine with Punk, Seth, not for the title.
Punk, Seth for the belt at Mania. That way, every other belt, because that could start the show. Punk, Seth, start the show.
That was supposed to be last year, though. Punk, Seth.
Yeah, we get it this year.
No. Because now there's bigger things. We all wanted Gunther to have the title by last year, and now he hasn't.
Yeah.
And now
Gunther Cena.
We have for the title.
No.
Gunther Cena for the 17th or Gunther going over as a monster is way bigger than Seth versus Punk for a
Then you're gonna have Cena lose again like he lost the Solo. It's gonna feel the Solo.
Do you know how big of a blood feud it felt like going into Punk versus Drew with no title involved? If they do that Punk Seth again,
for the belt,
we're gonna be so invested.
Who's the best in the world for real?
Yeah, no belt.
No, for the belt.
For the belt.
We're getting Punk. Seth for the belt.
Punk wins. Punk Cena for the belt.
Punk Cena again. Money in the Bank.
Punk Cena Mania main event for the belt.
No, Punk Cena Money in the Bank.
Punk Cena Mania main event for the belt.
Money in the Bank. Run it back. Money in the Bank.
Punk Rock.
You think it's gonna Punk? No. Okay. But I do think Priest is getting that Survivor Series match. Now you can have this main event. Priest Gunther
main event Survivor Series?
Yeah. Has Gunther main evented?
Yeah, he Bart Bash.
Okay, so one.
One
out of.
Did he not who did he wrestle at Bad Blood? Did he wrestle anyone at Bad Blood?
Let's see.
Because it was Punk Drew. Obviously, the tag with Roman Cody main evented, which shouldn't have. He didn't wrestle anyone at Bad Blood.
No, I don't think so.
Because he won it at SummerSlam. The next pay-per-view was Bash.
No, but he didn't wrestle at all at Bad Blood.
The next pay-per-view is Bash. He main evented against Damien. No, he won it from Damien. Who did he main event Bash in Berlin against?
I don't think he has main evented since he's been champ.
He definitely main evented Bash in Berlin.
Well, yeah, that's one. Yeah. So I wouldn't say he hasn't main event. But...
There's only been 3 pay-per-views since then.
Since SummerSlam?
Yeah. Yeah. Gunther Randy was the Bash in Berlin match.
Yeah,
main event.
But
huge.
That's huge. That was it, right?
Yeah.
Because he won King of the Ring. But he hasn't main evented. If he's on the card with Cody, he's not main eventing.
He was on the card with Cody at Bash in Berlin.
Well, that's Bash, though.
That's his country.
You can't. Yeah, I'm sorry. In the United States, he's not main event.
I think he could main event Saturday night main event if it's against Punk. Because I think Punk, Gunther main event's over Cody, Kevin.
I think Punk's not coming back for like another month.
I think, well, yeah, that's next month is Saturday night event.
I looked Saturday night up, and then it brought me Saturday
Night Live.
Yeah, because you know I'd be on it.
You'd be on that Saturday Night Live stuff.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So December 14th. It's in Long Island.
MJF coming.
Crazy. Oh no, Survivor Series in Vancouver. Oh, Sammy's definitely in that. Sammy's definitely in that bloodline match.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in Canada.
What did Sammy Gunther have? Oh, Sammy Gunther happened on a Raw. That was so stupid. They should have just waited until the Survivor Series. What idiots! What idiots!
No.
Sammy Gunther in Vancouver.
Sammy in that bloodline because he has to be in that bloodline. Because then you can give us Cody. Then you can give us Cody. Give us KO, and that's still Canadians.
Cody KO.
And then you can give us Natalia EO. Or Natalia Liv.
Natalia Liv is a war crime on a pay-per-view.
Natalia and Carmen Petrovich.
No, what? Fine.
Natalia
Liv, Chelsea Green.
I'd rather see that.
Liv Chelsea Green. She's Canadian.
Oh, Chelsea Green is Canadian. Give us. Okay, Liv Chelsea Green. Let's build the Canadian pay-per-view. Liv Chelsea Green.
Wait, all right.
Natalia.
How about this? We each build a 5-match card for War Games.
Old Bloodline, New Bloodline. Starting off.
I think that will be an event. Old Bloodline, New Bloodline.
Gunther, Damian Priest.
Gunther Punk.
Okay. Gunther Punk. Cody KO.
Cody KO, yes.
And then you got Nia. You got Nia and probably Bailey.
Again?
Or Naomi. Nia's got to fight somebody.
Who else is on the women's side of things? Who's on?
Oh, maybe Michin. But she's already fought Michin.
SmackDown. Women.
She's fought basically all of them. Oh, no. I give it to you. I give it Nia Candice LeRae. Because Candice LeRae hasn't fought. And Candice LeRae is in a big spot.
Is she Canadian? Right now.
I don't know.
I mean, she's oh my god, just like the roster and
Candice LeRae's a match. It's 5 matches, right?
What? 5 matches, yeah.
So she probably won't have a match.
But it might only be 4 matches considering each War Games is so long.
Oh, never mind. Nia's in that war. Unless you give us, hear me out.
No,
right?
It's gonna be Raw women because SmackDown men.
Oh,
so
dang. Okay. Hear me out.
Oh yes, this is obvious. Io, Kyrie,
Bianca and Jade.
Dakota, Bianca and Jade on their team, and then Liv, Raquel.
Well, I see you threw Dakota in there. I don't know why you did that.
Dakota is part of Damage Control, no?
Nah, you can take Dakota out.
I thought you loved Dakota.
You can take Dakota out. Okay. Don't try to set me up.
Who's part of Raw Women?
It's probably not going to be 5-on-5 this year. It's probably going to be 4-on-4. Because men are doing 4-on-4.
So wait, who's a heel on the Raw Women's roster?
You could do Lash and Jakara.
Sure, yeah. Liv, Raquel, Lash, Jakara.
Yeah. Versus Io, Kyrie, Bianca, and Jade.
What about what's Sonya Deville's team right now?
Oh.
Liv, Raquel, Sonya, Shayna Baszler.
What are they called? Hold on, I know the name. Fatal Influences is Fallon in them, and they're called. Oh, I know their name. I know their.
Zoe Stark, big Zoe Stark guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big the match. Zoe Stark guy. That's the match that's happening.
You think he's gonna be there? I hope big Zoe Stark guy is there.
I hope he's there for that. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Liv, Raquel, Shayna, Shayna Baszler.
The Fusion Coalition or something like that.
Yes, something. Fusion something.
The Fusion. The Fusion is it not Fusion Coalition? Fusion Collective?
Fusion Collective. Sorry.
Is it?
Team name.
Fusion Collective.
Pure Fusion. Pure Fusion Collective.
Pure Fusion Collective.
That's funny as hell. What a stupid name.
The names have been getting dumb.
On Twitter, everyone just calls them the lesbians on Twitter.
Is that what they call them?
Yeah, that's what they call them. Even Meechin calls them that.
They should have let them win too.
Yeah, no, that is.
They should have been one tag team.
That's gonna be a really bad War Games match. Jade Cargill, Dakota Kai, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and what's her name? Sonya Deville, all in one match.
But it would be better because it is
with a cage run. At least they'll have Io and Zoe Stark in there.
No, it would be better because then they can use weapons and they can beat each other with the weapons.
Liv Morgan pulls out thumbtacks. It's gonna be rad.
Nope, they don't do thumbtacks no more. They're gonna pull out like I don't know, Legos or something. Something. Yeah. What did they pull? They pulled something out for I think Austin Theory's match, and it wasn't.
I don't remember. I'm gonna be honest though. I don't really care about having War Games this year. I wasn't a fan of last year's War Games matches very much.
It should go back to NXT.
It should have gone back.
Because have you seen the for show? Wednesday?
Oh my gosh, it looks so good.
The women's match is so uneven. It's so uneven. It's so uneven.
I would have loved. Okay, if we did the women's team with Julia and all them on that side versus the team of Io, Kyrie, what should we call it? Bianca, Jade, and
that's way more even.
That would have been so good. So good.
I mean, honestly, no. You know what's real crazy? It's still like Rhea came back for NXT, and all the women were in there. The Julia team was in there.
Yeah.
And Rhea was like towering over all of them. And I was like, oh, they don't look like that on the main roster. Like Rhea looks like a college student coming back to high school. Cool. That's how like big Rhea was. And I was like, oh, they're clearly not like using the main roster gems, right? No. Even though Jordan Grace was there, and Jordan Grace is huge.
She's huge.
I was like, they're clearly not using the main roster. You can clearly tell this is NXT because Rhea's huge.
Rhea is.
And then I was like, so if you put them in that match, like,
which is crazy because their jobs at the Performance Center is literally just go to the gym.
Yeah. And I'm not saying they're not big. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, for some reason, you could tell, like, who's on the main roster, not on the main roster yet.
Looking at, like, Cora and Roxanne next to them is crazy.
Yeah.
Because, like, Cora and Roxanne are, like, notoriously not strong.
But when they get to the main roster, watch when they come back to NXT, they're going to look bigger than whoever's.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They're going to look bigger than whoever's the NXT Women's Champ at the time. But, like, if you look at that NXT women's tag match, it's so uneven.
Yes.
You got JC Fallon, Jasmine X, Cora, and Roxy going against, like, 4 people that are championship contenders.
It's bad. It is bad.
They're about to get demolished.
Because, like, obviously that team's going to win, right?
You would think. Well, but Fallon just won the North.
Roxanne pinned someone?
Roxanne just got pinned last pay-per-view.
Did she?
She got pinned at Halloween Havoc.
I didn't watch Halloween Havoc. No,
yeah.
did I? No, I didn't. I have no interest in seeing Trick Williams wrestle. I don't care about Ethan Page.
I think Ethan Page would be better on the main roster.
I agree, but I think we got quite some time before that happens.
I think Trick is he's gonna be okay when he gets up, but
I don't think Trick's gonna amount to anything besides NXT championships in his career.
Nah, he'll win tag belts. He'll probably get one United States. He's too popular. He's popular.
Will he be popular in
Ridge? We're gonna get Ridge and
that long ago?
Ethan Page versus Bubba Ray and Trick. And if I'm Bubba Ray, I'm not taking no tosses from Ridge. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Why not?
Because Bubba Ray, he's not Ivar.
So
all right?
Are they doing?
He's not Ivar.
Are they doing Javon Wesley RVD? Is that happening, or is that just?
No, you want to know what they're doing? Yeah. Wesley's the special guest, or RVD's the special guest.
Oh, they're not doing a triple threat?
No, I don't think so.
That's so stupid.
Because RVD was like, I know what I want to do. And then he just walked away.
RVD's got to be in the match.
No.
RVD has to be in the match. RVD, Javon versus Wesley. That is like born in heaven right there.
I'm sorry. I'm scrolling through Twitter. And it's someone said this match pisses me off every single time. And it's Triple H versus Booker T.
But he takes, 30 seconds to pin him?
Yeah, it just made me laugh. Because Booker T just fell. And then Triple H picks him up and hits him with a pedigree. He's trying to recall to him. Okay, so yeah, Triple H just won. Number one, we need to stop doing. We need to stop doing special guest referee matches in NXT.
Yes,
that's number one. That's facts. Because
what they need to do more of is on a pole matches. No. Really make it feel like WCW.
No, this is what I'm saying. We've had Ethan Page versus Joe Henry, special guest referee. Trick versus Ethan Page, special guest referee. We just had another special guest referee match.
The women's match, correct?
No, we're getting another one. There's like 4. We're getting 4. No, but here's this crazy thing. LA Knight just did a special guest referee match. Yes. That had nothing to do. With NXT, but it was like it's just the combination of I'm watching it every week, and it's like
Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre.
That was also a special guest referee. That's 4. Then we're getting one with Jada Parker and Lola Vice.
Yep.
And then we potentially are getting one with Wesley and Javon Evans. That's 6. That's 6 within this year, right? Within this year, potentially 6. We know of 5, and it just seems too close together. They did give us a, which was good, a casket match. Tatum and Wendy too. That was a good match.
I'm just, NXT's in a weird place right now. I'm not excited for it. That WWE ID stuff is going to be stupid as all get out. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, they're doing the NIL for indies.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
It's good for NXT, but I can only imagine the drama that's going to cause among indie promotions. They're going to be like, no, I'm WWE ID'd. I'm not taking the pin.
No, the real crazy thing is like they're not going nowhere. They're going from the reality of wrestling to the NXT.
Yeah.
They're not wrestling outside of so they'll be only in their little small circuit.
Those are the just few. They're going to get more than that though.
But they're going to get more. But then that's the crazy thing. So the other indie promotions that are not affiliated with WWE ID, or you're not getting the talent from there.
No, they're allowed to wrestle there still. It's just,
but the odds of a person that's in the ID is probably going to be like, I don't feel like going this other promotion.
Got it.
Unless it's like Japan or something. That's how I feel.
That's weird.
We need more international NXTs. Give us back UK. Give us Japan.
That's not going to happen.
I
know that was
the plan. UK. Give us UK. Give us Japan. Give us Mexico. And then Worlds Collide to start it off.
That's
Worlds Collide.
They're struggling
with everyone.
They're struggling too much with just NXT right now. I'm like, obviously the women's division is so good, but the men's division is horrible.
They're trying to build it back up. Everybody left.
Trick needs to stop. I don't need to see anything from Trick ever again. I want to see more Wesley. I want to see more Javon. I know you don't like Javon.
It's not that I don't. It's just I'm not that big of a fan of him. He has some cool spots. He did. Change his finisher. No. That little corkscrew gotta go.
The spinal tap gotta go.
It's gotta go. Take that off. If you take that off, it's gotta go.
No, it is so good. I think
it's gotta go.
You get the title off of Trick, give it to Wesley.
I think Oba's winning Iron Survivor. He's dominating. I think Oba's gonna be Survivor. He's gonna be the only person to get a pin that Iron Survivor match.
Yes, I agree. I think on that show though, Wesley beats Trick.
Then we get Oba Wesley.
Oba Wesley. I'd much rather see Oba Wesley than Oba Trick.
Oba Trick stand and deliver. Oh my God, Vegas.
No more Trick. What? No more Trick. No more Trick. And I'm sick of it.
You have to.
It's disgusting. He is horrible.
You have to.
He is so.
You're gonna sit there and you're gonna watch Trick and you're gonna like it.
You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna eat your food and you're gonna enjoy Trick.
All right, back to what the WWE is going to do. You know, and to end it off, I do think that the match to end off this podcast episode, I'm going to talk about what do we do after Bloodline, old Bloodline, new Bloodline? Separate them? Do we break up new Bloodline? Because I feel like old Bloodline is going to go their separate ways. The Usos are probably still going to be a tag team. Yes. Roman's going to go do a thing, but they're not going to be the Bloodline anymore. Come out together.
I think everything should implode. I think they get in this ring, the match is going, everything is going to shit. Like, everything is going bad. The only thing that's going strong is Jay and Jimmy.
Okay.
They're the only ones who have any sort of connection going on in this match. I think Jacob should get pissed off of it solo, and the other two, whatever they are. And
I can't wait to see Tongaloa.
Tongaloa in that match is going to be insane. But Jacob needs to leave those three. Sammy, I think Sammy pins whoever wins. Like, I think Sammy gets the pin. Weirdly enough.
Oh, that's kind of like...
It's stupid.
Yeah. But he's the only one that's not...
Realistically, Jay or Roman's getting the pin.
Give it to Jimmy. Give it to Jimmy. He's been the one to bring the bloodline back together. He's the one to get everybody on the team. He's basically the leader. He's the leader.
I guess so.
Give it to Jimmy.
I don't know.
Give it to Jimmy and then let Jimmy win a couple of stuff, and then Roman be like, nah, you take this. And then Jimmy just goes on a run. Obviously, he loses.
So, I say the Usos stay together. What's it call it? The GOD, Guerrillas of Destiny, stay together. Jacob goes off on his own. Solo goes off on his own. Roman goes off on his own.
Oh, God is Thomas Hunt.
Yeah,
the Tongans, right?
Guerrillas of Destiny. Yeah.
Yeah, but they were not called that.
No, they're not called that over here.
Yeah, they'll probably go back to it. Oh no, they'll probably stay the Tongans.
Their whatchamacallit, their relationship as like brothers is so weird. How like they're like cousins, but then Tama got adopted by Tongaloa's dad and everything.
Yeah,
it's so crazy.
But if everything implodes. I think Roman has to leave the Usos because he's just gonna leave. Yeah. They're gonna do their own thing. I do think. I don't know. I just think if everyone does leave and go separate, what do we do? That's a lot of separating. That's 8 people. It's 8 people.
I think everyone needs to go their own way. I'm done with Bloodline. It is stupid. I know, obviously, Rock versus Roman is going to happen. But you do not need to include everyone else. You really do not.
As 8 people, that's got to find something to do.
I got...
Send the Tuggins back to NXT.
I agree. I'm fine with that. I don't know. I'm good with them being a tag team in the tag division. I'm okay with that.
Unless they take a real part. Like, if you were like, hey, we're going to make NXT tag team division like, not NXT, sorry. The SmackDown tag team extremely, like, oh my gosh, if the tag division was stronger for Raw and SmackDown, separating Raw, SmackDown superstars would be so much easier. If they had a legit tag team division where, like, tag teams are tag teams and are only focused on tag team things.
That's, I hate to break it to you, that's an AEW thing. They like their tag division. They do not move into the singles division. Their trios division is completely separate from their tag division, and like they don't like.
Like that's not an old wrestling thing.
No, but like they don't like intermingle.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, whatever. Cool. I mean, NXT does it too. But the thing is, like, we have so many factions. Get rid of all these factions, and we'll be so much better.
I agree.
There's like what? Judgment Day. Well, actually, it's kind of calmed down. Actually, Judgment Day, Bloodline.
Nope, Final Testament. We need to get rid of the new Judgment Day as well. We need to get rid of LWO. But then what do all these people do? That's the problem.
Nothing. A lot of them don't need to be there. A lot of them don't bring nothing.
I agree with that, but I wasn't going to say it.
A lot of them do not bring nothing.
I could rattle off a list of people I could care less I ever see again. Right now.
I'm not saying y'all got to go, but, like, find something else. Right now, y'all are not doing nothing. You're just in a faction.
Send them down to NXT.
Why did Cruz del Toro shave and only have a mustache? Or no mustache? He shaved the mustache off.
I didn't know about this.
That made me mad. Cruz, he had a mustache? Gone. Cruz del Toro walks out. No mustache.
No mustache?
I didn't even know who he was. I was like, who's this guy with him?
That's wicked. That's crazy. It's wicked. I think, no. It is going to be...
Because then you got the White Six. We actually still have their factions. We have a lot.
Oh, I have a pitch for the Wyatt Six. So, the Wyatt Six, obviously, they're going to do something with Karrion Kross soon. But after that...
Do you give them war games? Is it enough people? No. It's only 3.
It is.
No, it's only 3.
Paul already got that.
Miz, you have Miz, Karrion Kross, and AOP.
So, men's war
unless you give them.
No, not men's war games. I need the feud of Wyatt versus the New Day. Solely based on yes, because it's like a throwback of like a decade ago.
No, because they were cool with him. Biggie put him on his shoes and stuff. Remember, Biggie always celebrates.
I know
he celebrated Luke Harper and all that.
But that's why you got to do it. It's like a kind of like a.
Nah, because they're cool now. They should be cool with the Wyatts.
But it's like
if any team's cool with the Wyatts, it should be the New.
I agree. That's why I think they need to do the match again, just like kind of like celebrate it, because like one of the coolest matches ever is like the New Day.
Or have them team up. Have them team up.
Have them team up. You have the New Day go heel.
No, the Wyatts aren't heels. They're beating up heels.
I guess so, yeah.
They've only attacked Chad Gable, Miz, who just turned heel. Chad Gable, Miz, Karen Cross. Those are all heels.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It is. Yep. There's a lot of things on this roster that I don't care about, and I wish we could just like flush it down to like everything that matters.
Yeah. I do like the 2-hour Raw though.
The 2-hour Raw is so nice, but I do miss. It is going to be hard to showcase talents over the next 2 months.
Nah, because we're gonna get longer matches.
Why would we get longer matches if we have less time? If we have 3 hours,
because you could show
matches.
No, we had 3 hours of them talking.
No.
Yeah, no. If you watch Raw now, it's
they have no 3-segment matches anymore. They only have 2-segment matches.
Nah, we just talked about like 5 matches.
They used to do
the Battle Royal.
They used to only do.
They 7. Did the Battle Royal. They did the Battle Royal. They did the New Day. They did, and they had 4 matches.
You also have to remember that, like, because of that, there is like
the Battle Royal will be cut to 2, so that's 5.
Yeah.
The Battle Royal's cut to 2. That's 5. That's 5 matches.
I don't know. For some reason, I kind of miss the 3-hour Raw.
Nah, don't start getting nostalgic for the 3-hour Raw.
I miss it.
Don't do that. Don't do that. The 2 hour is perfect.
I'm missing the 3 hour.
We get in at 8 o'clock. We
Raw was so good this past year.
We get in at 8 o'clock. We leave at 10.
Raw was so
good. I go to sleep and then wake up early. I go to sleep, wake up early.
Raw was perfect so for good. Me. We had all those tournament matches. It was great.
Whatever. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast. We're going to try to get more videos, more topics to talk about. So if you like this, always subscribe to the Boo Crew. Check out some of our videos. And we'll catch y'all later.
Like, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. Thank you so much.
Thank you.